Sometimes it's not a whole book that changes everything for a character. It's a single chapter. A moment so powerful it redefines everything that came before it and sets the stage for everything after. Today, we are diving deep into one of those moments, the devastating truth of Chapter 17 from The Kite Runner. And it all really boils down to this one question. Can a single conversation in a single room completely shatter a life built on secrets? Well, for our protagonist, Amir, the answer is a resounding and absolutely heartbreaking yes. So let's set the scene. Our story picks up with Amir meeting his old, dying family friend, Rahim Khan, in Pakistan. And Rahim Khan hands him an envelope. Inside, it's the very last message he will ever get from Hassan, his childhood friend. And tucked in with that letter is a picture. It's a Polaroid of a grown-up Hassan, smiling with his arm wrapped around his little boy, Sarab. He looks confident, happy, like a man who, despite everything he's been through, felt like life had been good to him. It's just a snapshot of pure, simple joy. But then you read the words in the letter, and that hopeful, happy image is just instantly shattered. It's this tragic gut punch of a contrast. He writes about an Afghanistan where kindness is a ghost, where fear is a constant companion, and where the killings, they're just always happening. And the letter itself, wow, it's this incredible mix of love and sheer horror. He's praying for Amir's safety in America, he's worried sick about Rahim Khan, and he just glows with pride when he talks about his son, Sohrab. He even dreams about a day when Kabul is peaceful again, when they can fly kites. And after decades of silence, after a terrible betrayal, you know how he signs off? You will find an old faithful friend waiting for you. Just incredible loyalty. Just as Amir is absorbing this message of friendship that somehow survived everything, the chapter delivers its first brutal shock. That feeling of nostalgia just vanishes, and it's replaced by this cold, procedural horror. Rahim Khan quietly tells Amir that the letter he's holding, it's 6 months old. And then he just drops the bomb, with no warning, just devastatingly blunt. Hassan is dead. And the story of how it happened is just horrifyingly cold. The Taliban show up at Baba's old house, where Hassan was living. They accuse him of trespassing, a total lie. Hassan, loyal to the very end, refuses to let them take the home. So they drag him into the street, force him to his knees, and shoot him in the back of the head. When his wife, Farzana, runs out screaming, they shoot her too. They called it self-defense, and for a couple of Hazaras, nobody was going to argue. The horror of this news is still sinking in when the chapter pivots to its central conflict. See, Hassan left behind his son, Sohrab, who's now an orphan. And Rahim Khan, he has a request. An impossible one, really. One that will force Amir to confront every ghost he has. The request is as simple as it is staggering. Rahim Khan says he knows where Sohrab is, in an orphanage in war-torn Kabul. And he looks at Amir and asks him to go there, find the boy, and bring him back to safety in Pakistan. Amir's reaction is instant. He recoils. He's like, no way. I have a wife, a life in America. Kabul is a war zone. He even offers to pay someone else to do it. But Rahim Khan just waves it all away. He pleads with him, grant a dying man's wish. And then he lands a line that just hangs in the air. I think we both know why it has to be you, don't we? And just to twist the knife a little deeper, Rahim Khan uses the memory of Amir's own father, Baba, against him. He throws this quote at him, a crushing reminder of Amir's past cowardice, of his whole life spent trying to live up to his father. It's a direct challenge. Is that the man you are now? But just when you think the argument has hit a wall, Rahim Khan reveals he has one last card to play. And what comes next isn't a plea. It's a bombshell, a secret that is going to completely detonate Amir's entire life. He leans in and his voice gets real low, and he says these chilling words. You know, the emotional stakes were already through the roof, and somehow they're about to go even higher. He starts off telling a story about Ali, the man everyone thought was Hassan's father. He talks about how Ali's first wife left him because they couldn't have children, how she went on to have kids with someone else, and then he drops it. The first piece of the puzzle. Ali couldn't have children. He was sterile. You can just feel Amir's world tilting. He argues, no, he wasn't. They had Hassan. But Rahim Khan just shakes his head. And as the impossible truth starts to click into place, all Amir can do is whisper the question that we're all thinking.
And Rahim Khan doesn't even have to say the name. With that one quiet, devastating line, he confirms the unthinkable.
And there it is, the central truth of the entire novel. The great sin of Baba, Amir's larger-than-life, honorable father, was that he had slept with his servant's wife. Hassan, the boy Amir was jealous of, the boy he tormented, the boy he betrayed in that alleyway, was his brother, his half-brother. Now, this revelation, it does more than just shock Amir. It vaporizes his reality. Every memory he has of his father, of his own guilt, of his jealousy towards Hassan, it's all instantly twisted into something new, something sick. His whole life just unravels in a single second. And his first reaction isn't sadness, it's not grief, it is just pure explosive rage. A scream of total betrayal at the two men he was supposed to trust most in the world. And that rage immediately finds a target. The lie itself. The fact that this was kept from him his whole life. But even worse, that it was kept from Hassan, the brother who went to his grave never knowing who his real father was. And this final outburst just says it all, doesn't it? It's not about one secret anymore. It's the crushing realization that the entire foundation of his life, his father's legacy, his relationship with Hassan, his own identity, it was all built on sand. And that brings us right back to Rahim Khan's request. Because now, it's not a request anymore, is it? Sohrab isn't just his dead friend's son. He's his nephew, family. Saving him is no longer about doing a favor for a dying man. It's about atoning for the sins of his father and for his own. Which leaves us with his final, powerful question. When you find out your entire past is a lie, does the chance to finally find some truth, to be good again, does that stop being a choice and become an order you simply can't refuse?